right? This is find all the zeros. All right, well, how many zeros does this have? You know exactly how many it has. It has 3, right? Because it's a third degree polynomial, it has 3. You could make your list of possible rational zeros. You look at the factors of 36, that's a lot of zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18, 36, all plus or minus. You could look for it that way. What else could you do to find the first zero? Graph it. Put it in the calculator. See if you could see a zero on the graph. So let's go over here. And I already got rid of that, darn it. Okay, so go to the y equals and put in this function. So this is x to the third minus 4x squared plus 9x minus 36. And then look at the graph and see whether you notice any zeros. Okay. You can look at it right there, and it looks like at x equals 4, y is 0. You could do what Peter says. You go to trace. Let's put in 4. Enter. And you get y is 0. So that's correct. So we found 1. Does it look like there's any more real number zeros there? No, because if there are, they show up as x-intercepts. So what are we going to do with the 1, 0 that we found? Divide. Use synthetic division. Let's try to reduce this cubic to a quadratic, and then we'll find the last 2 zeros from that. So from the calculator, come on. I think this has got to catch up. From calculator, graph, right? One of the zeros is 4. So let's set up a synthetic division for this. 1, negative 4, 9, negative 36. Okay, what number goes in the bracket? 4, right? Not negative 4, right? Remember, we put the 0 in the bracket, and that's what you're seeing on the graph. Don't confuse it with the linear factor where you switch the sign. Okay, then we go bring down the 1, multiply and add. 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 0, 0. 4 times 9, 36. Remainder is 0, which it better be, right? If it wasn't, then we're going to go back and check our work. It's something goofy, right? What do these 3 represent? So it's a polynomial of 1 less degree. In this case, it will be x squared plus 9. So there's the remaining factor that we need to solve that to find the last 2 zeros. Because when it says find all the zeros, it means there's 3. We found 1 in the calculator. There's our last 2. How can we solve that? Solve. Subtract 9. Take the square root. X equals, okay, it's plus or minus the square root of negative 9. And the square root of negative 9 is 3i, right? The negative comes out as an I. The square root of 9 we know. Plus or minus 3i. Don't forget the plus or minus, because there's got to be 2 more coming out of this. If this one we could solve by taking square roots because it did not have a linear term, right? It was just x squared plus 9. If it does have a term in here, then you use quadratic formula. Some of you will probably use quadratic formula even with that, which is fine. I mean, if you're careful, just make sure A is 1, B is 0, C is 9.